more games because this game is just full of surprises for me. So for starters, we are going to start off with looking at our pin setters for the day. For this bowling session, of course. As you can see, these are actually placeholder pins because every single time this pin setter has gone off, it changes the pins to the North Stripe design. And as you can see, we got Brunswick GSX models this time. And as you can see, GSX is the name. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but yeah, there's your pin tray. Thankfully, this isn't on a system where pin jams happen, so they're built to last. So we went from Brunswick A2s in the last game, basement lanes. Now we're at the downtown lanes, which is actually funny enough. If you look at it, look at this. This is basically just a what's the word? They used the same Roblox setup because for studio, that's where you start. So anyway, let's start off the game, and we're on lane number 1, of course. The thumbnail was actually taken on a different day. That's why I was on lane number 2. And if I wanted to watch the pin setter up close, I had to throw a gutter ball in order to do it. Which in my case, I don't play like that. I play with productivity and success. 8 pins down, 7 actually. Yep, there's an extra pin back there, so we're gonna have to knock that down too. We're gonna replace our house ball at some point in the future. So don't be surprised in the next bowling lane we go to, we get replaced with a new pin, new ball. And we got a 9. Not great to start, especially since I've gotten some very, very high scores. And my highest score now is a 216 on this game. We're making some heavy progress. And yes, I am letting it go online. And we get the bowling gods a middle finger. Love it. Also, by the way, here's your ball return. It's covered up by this random tube thing, but it is a Brunswick, so just so you don't forget. And we got a 10. Spare. There's your pin setter. You can't really tell because you can just look straight at it and hope for the better. But there's no zoom in lens, so I can't really do that. I can get another 9. Two frames in a row, I can get a 9. And we're stuck with one last pin. 10 is possible. Let's see if we can hit 10. And we did. Spare number 2. One more spare and it constitutes as a chicken. Or turkey. I don't know really too much that kind of stuff. I know 3 spares in a row is a turkey. Spring court ball. Yeet. And a strike. A very late pitch ball, but striking again. We got 58 so far. With 2 El Stinko the bonus balls. Let's see what we get. El Stinko 1. 9. El Stinko 2. Let's get a spare. Let's see if El Stinko 2 gives us a spare. There we go. Oh yeah, sorry if my mic's not anywhere near my face. The mic is just close enough that I can actually hold up another item that's just standing there because it's flimsy. I fixed it up a little bit. There we go. Spare. different El Stinko too. Actually, no, we got 2 different spares. That's frame number 7 we're starting with now. No! The Bowling God's middle finger remains at a 9. That means another spare is in progress, and another chicken, possibly, too. And another chicken. And a chicken weekend. A spare. 3 spares in a row, and 1 singular strike, plus 1 singular frame where we actually didn't get a spare. Instead, we got a 2. So, a 9. Strike. Back to strikes again, I guess. 136 and 2 El Stinko, the bonus balls. Let's see if we get another strike weekend. The ball was any good. Now we have 3 pins to knock over. And a 9. Again. We got another empty frame, so we end it with a 180. We got level 16. Alright, frame game 3, I believe. Unless this is frame 2. I don't know. Let me try it. Let me check. Alright, it was frame 2. It was game 2. Another 9. Oh, damn it, I looked away for too long. Gutter ball. A gutter ball and a 9. Which really means striking 1 and a 9 and 2 with a gutter ball. That's our El Stinko, a 9. Our El Stinko's just a 9. Another 9, except this time no El Stinko, and it's just a normal 9 with the singular strike pins. It's not singular strike. But the pin setter is taking a sweet ass time to finish. There he goes. At least this Brunswick GSX isn't problematic. Look at it. It's also a newer model, too. It's got the blue streaking instead of the white streaks. In case that's any more of a dead giveaway. I'm pretty sure the Summit bowling lanes that I went to in IRL life in Thornton, Colorado had these GSX pinsetters. Another strike. I'm pretty sure they had these Brunswick GSXs, too. Too bad I haven't been there in a long time. 5. We're at 58 with 2 El Stinko, the bonus balls. Let's see if we get them again. Here we go. And Bowling God's middle finger. Boo! Boo! now let's actually get a spare. And not a gutter ball. There we go. Spare we get. We got a strike and then a spare again. I think we're back to normal. Here's a 6. We're at frame 6, ball 1. Let's see if we get another strike. We got a strike. Bowling God's middle finger again. And a 10. Frame 8. So our first game was a 180. Let's see if we can bump that score up a little bit more. Ooh, strike again. Is that 2 strikes in a row now? Nope, there's a split between, so not. We might be able to end it with a perfect 300 game if we get lucky. And we get the new palace left. But 10-pin edition because this is a candle pin. Of course. And 10. Spare. We got back-to-back strikes and back-to-back spares, with one gap in between each one. And robbed? Does it count as 9 or 8? 8. We got robbed. We got robbed of an opportunity to get a spare. You know what that really means? The game ends right here. Unless this bowling ball does something absurd. And missed. We got a 9. And robbed of a spare, which means no bonus ball. And we have a 175. Our new score of 175. 180 in the last game, 175 in the next game. And this game. That is. Game 3. Game 3. And new set of pins. Holy God's middle finger. Again. Get a turkey this time. Nope, we get a 9. Redemption with spares. Probably. God's middle finger! We got a spare and a bowling God's middle finger! Spare number 2. Actually, we got chicken again. Spare, spare, spare. Bowling God. Strike. Seven. Spare. Strike. New palace left. Split. Very, very fugly split. 195 though. And I didn't even look at the time on the clock. Last game, Raymond Ball. And of course it will. And spare. No split so far. That's going to change because I keep getting split in this game. Okay. Slower. Okay, spare we get. 2 spares in a row. One word, it's a chicken. Spare again. Chicken! I swear, if we get the bowling god's middle finger again, I'm gonna crash out so bad. Nope. This time, there's an extra pin next to the god's middle finger! Spare again. Now it's a ham bone. Or in this case, I would like to call it a chicken leg. Oh, that's not what I call it, but still. It's a ham bone. Ooh, new palace right. Okay, why am I even doing that? You can find the origin for why it's called that in this channel. Just left with the one pin on the right, and that's with, yet again, another spare. Another El Stinko, the bonus ball. You better not mess me up again, CC Cleaner. F off. Let me bowl in peace, damn it. Sorry. Where were we? Off to get another strike, perhaps? Nope, it's another 9. But fortunately, it's not the middle one. It's not the middle finger one again. Six spares in a row, no strike. Mine's the first one. Lord, oh, robbed. We could have been robbed in the 9. We got robbed in the 9. We got an 8. Fortunately, as the old saying goes, not bad. And yet again, 7 spares in a row now. We are marking 7 spares in a row now. When are we going to get strikes again? Oh, 9 again. Another spare incoming, no splits. Spare number 8. remaining one so far, but that's going to change with 2 El Stinko the bonus balls. And 9 with the Fail. And with that, that is it for the downtown lanes. And of course, before we leave, let's see the pin setter one last time. As you can see right here, and right here. There's too bad they don't label these in the back either. There's your Brunswick logo. There and here. And here's your bowling pins. And here's the machine with the sweeper. And with that, that's it for the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.